Alright, Dev Diary 2, let's go. Gonna go ahead and start my replay here. So usually, what I like to do in FL, this one's gonna be a little longer, is, well here I'm gonna restart with the blank, because I don't like all the extra kicks and stuff. Throw a harp in there. This is a main theme, so it's look a little melodic here. I think I'm trying to play with like a central melody here on that harp. I kind of like that pattern, but then I realized there's reverb, so I'm like, I'll just add my own reverb, turn it off in the VST, loop that. Okay, nice little kind of four beat pattern here. Yeah, bring it down a little bit. I had an ocarina in there. Again, this is really main theme, so you'll see the transformation, and as per with the part for the chorus with the other. Part for the chorus with the other piece that I worked on, my sprite art, I did some off-screen editing. Couldn't help it. Here I'm adding some just texture to this ocarina. It's kind of hard to, I'm listening to it now, sped up. It's kind of hard, like, to, like, I don't know, kind of tell what's going on. But I'm trying to just add some texture to this ocarina. So right now I have this harp melody and an ocarina to back it. I'm also, I'm going to put out there that I'm not really much of a music guy. A lot of my work is going to go into writing. But, you know, you can't have a silent game unless that's the point of the game. So, gotta throw in a kalimba. I always like to throw a kalimba in here. I actually do like how I end up messing with this kalimba a little bit. You'll see here in a second. Oh, this is not the one I'm thinking of. Unless it is. So I wanted something really high pitched. This is not the kalimba I'm thinking of. There'll be another one. But... Oh no, this is the kalimba. Okay. So, I ended up getting this... You can't really hear it in the thing. You might not be able to hear it. But I ended up getting this very kind of like percussion-y kalimba by, I think, playing with the settings on the time. I put a shamisen on there, and I'm going to end up getting rid of that. Funnily enough, I feel like the harp is going to end up kind of sounding like a shamisen in a way, or like a more exotic Eastern kind of instrument. Get a steel drum in there, because... excuse me again. You know I have to. I kind of like how I end up with the steel drum here. I think this pattern isn't gonna stick. This is a pattern I ended up falling in love with for the steel drum. Yeah, it's right here, I think. So just letting this run a few times, getting a feel for the texture of the song, the track. Yeah. A couple more notes here. Trying to find, like I said, a good kind of melody for the steel drum. It's kind of interesting to hear a sped up version of like what this track sounded like before I started really working on it. I wanted to add like a snare slash kick or a hat. Sorry, excuse me. I've been up all day. I wanted to add a hat here, and I realized it's just not what I needed. So try to add a little more texture. I think I don't really like this harmonica VST. I think so. I end up. Yeah, I think I ended up leaving it alone. But you'll see, it's kind of a spoiler. Yeah, I ended up just adding another kalimba. Getting a little ting. I don't know, a little jingle. I call it a jingle. It'll see, I'll re-texture it to a jingle. There you go. So I'm like, Okay, I kind of like that jingle, and it'll go higher, I think. I'm not done with it yet, if I'm not mistaken. I'm definitely going to play the sliders on the instrument itself, the plugin. See, right now I'm already messing with it. Just kind of get a little more of like a fairy kind of higher pitch, kind of like a bell almost. I think I'm going to bring this up. Ooh, excuse me. No, I think I'm gonna leave that semi alone because I really want it to be kind of like higher. Kind of listen, like I said, you know, if it's ever just like looping like this with my with me not doing anything, I'm probably either doing something else or listening to the loop, trying to really kind of hone in on it. And I think that's the latter of what I'm doing right now. So. Yeah, and I'm really just trying to mess with the tines, how they sound, because I really want like a floaty kind of, tingly kind of sound, and I end up getting it. You'll see it. It's just some tweaking had to be done. Okay, I'm either really distracted right now, or really trying to like figure out this loop. I think it might be the former. I don't know. Honestly, the way I do these is I record everything I'm doing. Usually in 2 parts because I don't get it down in 1. Then I voice over in Audacity while watching sped up footage to kind of tell you what I'm doing in the moment. So I don't remember what I was doing because this was like several days ago. Oh yeah, I messed with the hollowness of the box, which changed it off like that. But it didn't really change the sound too much. So I think I'm proud of that jingle. I'm going to go ahead and throw everything in and split it by channel. Rename everything so I know what I'm looking at. I'm okay. Just throw everything in there. Start getting the pattern going. Figure out what instruments I kind of want to exclude because you know you got to lead into stuff. One thematic through line that I find is that I'm gonna wanna slowly introduce that ocarina. I feel like it comes in too harsh. You'll see. I don't do it now, I think, but here I put 2 of the percussion kalimba on accident. Not realizing I meant to put the melody one. So I'm like, okay, it's good. Let's just kind of copy this over, listen to it for a bit. Kind of have the loop going. I know I want at this point, and this is probably where I'll spend the most amount of time, is really trying to decide how I want this little intermission section here. Okay, no, that makes sense. So my bridge here is going to be just the percussion kalimba. And then I bring back my steel job, which I'm going to work on here. Alright, cool. Oh. You can tell I do not drink coffee. I get up at, what did I get up today? 6 in the morning I woke up. I get out of bed till like 8. I get up at 8 in the morning, like every other person. Just no coffee. So here, doing another steel drum. Actually, I like that, listening to it sped up, but obviously, spoiler, I didn't keep it. So then at this point, I'm like, okay, let me just create like actual scales. It's a lot easier. A lot of experimenting. My music creation process is just kind of throwing stuff together, and when it starts to sound good, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll keep that. So just adding lower scales, so that way just more texture to my sound, I guess. Because I didn't want to have, although this is a simple melody, I didn't want to have looping melodies in like kalimba. This isn't even my final, to be fair. Like what's gonna end up, what you're going to end up seeing here, geez Louise, is not even the final version of what I'm going for here. So, but yeah, I ended up extended steel. I ended up just repeating the melody, and you'll see I add a bit more here, in a bit. Sped up actually, like this doesn't sound that bad, but as you can see at the top left, I set my BPM to about 90. I really wanted it slow, so. Replace all those, add my new percussion. Give it another listen. I gotta mess with my settings. Yeah. Everything's louder now. So, a new thing I'm trying, because I usually keep my system settings at like max volume and then just adjust as on a per application basis. But that doesn't really help for video editing because YouTube keeps everything super quiet, and FL Studio because I'm not hearing everything to the volume that other people might hear it. So I started keeping my system on 50% and then just kind of adjusting from there. Obviously, as I put this into an actual project, volume levels will be adjusted again, and I'll have to figure out how to actually make that an option. All that to say, volume is kind of a thing I'm working on, just because my preference, as it comes to volume, is very different. So here, I think I like this percussion melody, so I kind of keep it. I'm talking, but I can't hear myself because it's all sped up, and I'm talking over myself. Anyways, so I'm like, okay, my little bridge is done. I've reintroduced all of the instruments, right? And then I'm kind of like, this is kind of bubbly. You'll see I start to go in there and change it. Yeah, see, specifically how that introduces all the other instruments, I'm just not going to be a fan of that. We got about 3 minutes until this first clip is over, so I'll try and remember what changes I did. Hopefully it's not cleaning all this up. It might be. Second clip is a lot shorter. I think for the most part what I did in that second clip was just what I like to do is add some reverb, delay, panning. So, like... See, so now I'm trying to, you'll see it. This percussion is probably what gets changed a lot note wise in this comp. Trying to find that last little spot for the C sharp. So I try to put some space in there. Whoa, lol, did I know, lo and behold, did I know that, I was just gonna have to get rid of all my work. Because, I was off scale and timing and all that other super sciencey music words. I look, bro. I don't know music theory. I know how to put notes together in FL Studio and make something that I like to listen to, and that's all that matters as far as I'm concerned when it comes to art. So, suffice it to say, this is not going to be around for long. Let's see how many more minutes we have in this. 15. So I got about 1 more minute. I'm probably going to get rid of all this stuff. No, I'll give it 1 more pass. Let's see what it looks like. Try messing with the ocarina because I don't like how it sounds. And I just ultimately end up sticking with the... Yeah, I might just go back down. I think I was trying to make it match the steel drum, and it just wasn't happening. It wasn't gonna work. Oh, so clip 2. Like I said, yeah, you can hear there's a lot more reverb. Reverb options are opening. So here I'm adding panning for the harp. Ooh, I kind of like how this sounds sped up. Hold on. Did I cook? Anyways, adding some panning for the harp. That way, you know, just gives some more texture. Yeah. Okay, so here I am fixing my percussion. I'm like, it's done. Let me just go ahead. Like I said, panning for the harp. I just want it to kind of bounce. I don't Windows notifications, bro. I think I'm going to change the percussion 1 more time. Yep, look at it. I called it. So I don't like that double repeating rise. Like I want it to come down. Ocarina needs to fade in. Fade out for that bridge. So we keep that kalimba for like the extra percussion kind of beat maintained. Here I get a little confused. I think because I'm like, why are my old patterns still here? Then I'm like, oh crap, yeah. I've got my rising pattern repeating like twice. Go ahead and delete that. Copy over my descending one. Get that at C sharp. Make sure that's right there. Here, I think I try to decide if I like that spacing between the kalimbas. I think ultimately I didn't give it enough a chance because it's just the way it was set up in that one specific instance where the ocarina comes back in with the rest of the instruments. I didn't like it. But if I had actually kind of finagled it a little bit more, I probably could have seen myself keeping it like with that spacing. Here, just trying to get the jingles to play in each separate ear. Make sure you guys have your surround sound on. Ain't no mono around here. We ain't no mono. Keep it PG. Mono muvs. We got that. We stereo suckers. All right, let me stop playing. Anyways, yeah, trying to get the jingle to bounce back. It's kind of funny because I think I end up adding delay or reverb like I do to everything, and what snapped or what kind of like fell into place for me like way too late is that there's on the Fruity Delay 2 there is a ping pong option that allows you to have the delays basically pan from left to right. So what I'm essentially probably be doing here is actually for most of the instruments I'm probably gonna do this. Yeah, I mean you can see I already did it with the harp to a lesser degree, and I think I'm gonna do it again with the ocarina as well, in a different kind of pattern. But like after that, I add a delay. And for some of these instruments, I add a delay and that ping pong that I was talking about. So it's like they kind of pan twice over. I don't know how it would work. It sounds good to me, so I'm not going to worry about it. Mixing is not my strong suit by me. Anyways, I got this kind of left-right bouncing for the jingle here. Just extend the melody a little bit longer. So I got to stretch out my automation tracks. Keep my audio automation, see ocarina, and I'll mess with that as well. Keep my channel panning for my jingle. See, now I want the ocarina to pan, but I'm not trying to have it go all the way down. Kind of have it like just glide across your head. Start to line it up like precisely. And then I'm like, I'll just go ahead and yeah, I'll set up the shapes first, and then I'll make sure they're lined up properly after the fact. So just kind of messing with my panning here. Then I go in, just make sure they're all lined up properly, because OCD and whatever whatever other reason I need to explain why I'm doing all this. I don't know, man. Why does anybody do anything? But so set up a lot of panning, volume automation here. I say that, but I don't think I ever really automate anything besides the ocarina in terms of volume. Just because I don't like how sharp it feels coming in and out. Give it a listen. Bring in the steel drum, yeah. I don't like how sharp it feels coming in. I try to mess with like it fading out a little bit, I think. But ultimately, it stay. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I just don't like that. So I keep the fade in. Kind of adds some weird texture when you get the delay too, so you'll see it in the final preview of the song, the track. See, so there's a delay too. I'm already messing with it. I like my delays. Oh. I like my delays. Delays and reverbs, they get some good flavor and some good texture. Trying to mess with it here because I think one of the sins was making it sound weird. Yeah, delay 3 has that ping pong. So this is what I wanted. Kind of gives it like a faltery kind of tone, as well as that bounce back and forth. So here I'm on the steel drum, and then I was like, why does this sound so weird? And I realized I turned off the delay. Here, you'll see it. I'm like sitting here, I'm like, what? And then I'm like, oh, I forgot to turn on the delay. Always remember to turn on your sins, kids. I think, yeah. So everything I do to that, no, I think I've already added something to the channel for my, no, yes, steel drum. So everything I do for that is already for the extended steel, because I have the same channel. So it ends up working nicely anyways. Messing with some reverb on the harp, because I don't like how strong it sounds, so I tweak it so that the wet and the dries are. I like looking at the little automation knobs. You know, just let's take a moment at the bottom, appreciate the automation knobs going left and right. But yeah, just kind of tweaking the harp sound so that it's not as sharp, because it kind of sounds like. Oop. Have the ocarina fade out. I don't like how it just kind of comes back at the beginning, because the song wouldn't loop itself. It's the title screen. Nice little loop for the ocarina to come back out, and then now I'm just listening to it, make sure it sounds up to snuff, as it were. ocarina so that everything else gets a chance to kind of. If this is the clip or the moment I'm thinking of, I might not be. Okay, never mind. Yeah, just give me a listen now. Make sure it's something I want to listen to. And I had to make a new folder. They are working on the apartment below me. Anyways. Oh, yeah, here's the final product.